The method of sighting with an image or a photo that you're working from is done like this. First, I have reference lines, a horizontal and a vertical through the center of my picture, just a crosshair to help to get those angles, as well as using the vertical and the horizontal of the edges of your paper. So we start in the middle, and it's measuring one thing against the other plus the angles from the vertical and the horizontal. So we start with putting a few reference lines in that we can, basic shapes. So I would put this one in first, and I would measure it like that, roughly. Don't forget, we can always adjust as we're going along. Then I would measure this one just to see the angle, like so. Put a little reference mark in, draw the line down roughly, like that. Now we're looking at our feature water fountain that is in the front. We can see that it doesn't go up as far as this line. So we're going to come down there, we're going to put a little reference mark there. Then we're going to measure how long is that. It's that long. And then we're going to look at the bottom. So we've got a few reference marks to work from. Out to the edge there, out to the edge there, measuring from there to there, measuring from there to there. So we've got the height and the width of what we're going to draw, but we're going to have a bit of a different shape up here. Okay, so first thing we draw is our little middle back on the water fountain. And then we've got our little bowl of our water fountain. And then we look at how wide that is from now. You'll notice that the width from this side to there is less than what it is to this side. That means whoever took this photo is slightly off center. And that's level. Now we want to look at the angle of that receding back. Now if you look, if I place my pencil at the side of that there, it's nearly straight, not quite, but nearly. And if I place it on this side, it's quite a steep angle. So I draw this one in, nearly straight. And the other one, it's quite a steep angle. Now, how wide is this? I measure it with my pencil. And then I come back here and I check it to make sure I've got it at the same width, because it's very easy to make it wider to think that it's wider visually, but it's not. So we're starting to get the top of our little water fountain. Now you can use this measuring technique right throughout the whole drawing, just using your pencil and judging the distance. Try not to use a ruler. Don't use a ruler because that puts you in the left side of your brain counting numbers on a ruler. Probably not a good idea. Best off to just stay away from using rulers for that reason. We want to try to stay in the right side of the brain for this drawing, or for any drawing that we're doing. Now you can just roughly put things in and then adjust them as you go. So, you know, if you think that you've got that roundabout right and you just want to move on with your drawing, then go right ahead, and then you can come back later and just double check that you've got everything correct. Work on the larger shapes first, then get down to the detail later on. Then I would look at putting some of those verticals in, measure from the top of your picture to where the roof line is. Now at the moment I'm looking at that negative space in there in the sky in that last skill that we learned. I'm looking at that shape there to make sure that I've got it right, and it doesn't look quite right. So what have I done? I've gone a little bit steep there, even though I thought I was going the right angle. So all the skills that you're learning along the way, then you put them all together and then use them together to get your drawing correct. Okay, then you've got your... Now, the reason that I like you to try drawing from life is photographs distort. They tend to do a little bit of a fisheye kind of effect, and things are not always correct. So you need to be able to draw from life as well, to be able to just make sure that what you're drawing is not distorted by a photograph that you've taken of it. And plus your eye will take in a whole lot more details than a photograph ever will. So we've got a basic framework there that we're working with. And we can start to get some details in of our lovely little alley in France. My girlfriend took me this picture when she went to France, and she gave me lots of lovely photos of the beautiful alleyways and old buildings there that are just magic, and so much better to draw than an urban landscape.